Congresswoman Barbara Lee is a Democrat from California, one of the women of the Congressional Black Caucus, who wrote a letter demanding an apology from Chief of Staff John Kelly for his comments last week. And let me start with that. Why do you think an apology is needed here?
Well, Chris, first, my heart goes out to Mrs. Johnson and to her family at the loss of her brave husband and all of the brave men who lost their lives. This is really a moment to grieve and to mourn their loss, but also, I just have to say, it is just so sad that the Chief of Staff, General Kelly, would say that Congresswoman Frederica Wilson told a lie. Excuse me, he told a lie, and it was really unconscionable to hear him, to see him, and what he called her. And I have to say, Congresswoman Wilson is a respected member of Congress. She has a life of fulfillment in terms of making sure that young people have access to opportunities. Her integrity is impeccable, and so why would he lie on her? This is just disgusting, and he should apologize. And I think that the members of the Congressional Black Caucus, the African-American women, we're demanding an apology because this is about respect, and it's about apologizing for something that just was not.
The president today disputing on Twitter Ms. Johnson's characterization of his tone, her interpretation, the feeling that she had, which almost seems sort of not disputable. She felt the way she felt in that moment. Were you surprised, dismayed? What was your reaction to the president?
Well, first, I believe Mrs. Johnson. I believe Congresswoman Wilson. This president needs to stop it, but this is who he is. He has a pattern of disrespecting women, especially women of color and African-American women. And we're saying to this president and to General Kelly that they need to apologize and they need to stop these attacks on women, and especially African-American women, and Congresswoman Wilson. She is a respected member of Congress, and they cannot impugn her character or her integrity.
Do you feel that there's been, obviously, General Dunford today giving a briefing somewhat incomplete in terms of the facts, although obviously it's a confusing scenario and they're trying to ascertain what exactly happened. Do you feel there's been sufficient transparency, forthrightness from the administration on what actually did happen?
No, there has not, and we need a thorough investigation. But also, Chris, one of the issues I've been dealing with for the last 16 years is repealing the 2001 authorization to use force and debating these new wars that we're in, and forcing Congress to vote yes or no. Many members of Congress did not even know that we had 1,000 soldiers in Niger. We don't know where this administration has sent our brave young men and women. And so it's about time that Congress stop being missing in action and do its job. It's our job to authorize the use of force. And again, we've been missing in action. I tried to, repeal the bipartisan support this year. Unfortunately, Speaker Ryan, once again, undemocratically stopped the bipartisan effort to repeal the 2001 authorization.
That authorization for use of military force, which was passed just several weeks after 9/11, it was interesting to me that Senator Lindsey Graham said this weekend he didn't know we had 1,000 troops in Niger, and I think a large amount of members of Congress probably are in that same boat. Congresswoman Barbara Lee, thanks for being here tonight.